we were living in Rawalpindi, which is near Islamabad in Pakistan. And in one of the houses nearby was this Danish family who lived there. And so they had 4 kids, and one of them was this boy, Christian. And he was older than me. He must have been around 10. And I just remember finding him very attractive, even though I was 6 years old, and having all these kind of romantic feelings about him, and knowing that he was also a boy and I was also a boy. I just felt like there was no way in which that was possible for me to live something like that out with him.
Hi, Atif.
Hello, Francis. How are you?
I'm well. I'm wondering what you're hoping to gain after the 6 weeks of therapy.
Okay. Well, what I'm hoping to gain from these sessions is to break through in being intimate, overcome a certain amount of my own shyness and reserve, and to kind of stop avoiding being involved with
Good.
men
Good.
intimately. So I'm 6 years old. It's 1976. It's close to my birthday. I want to be closer to Christian and play with him and be able to hold hands with him and run in the fields. But I know that I can't do that.
What's that like to be hiding your feelings all the time?
I just know I can't say certain things. I can't say certain things. I can't tell people what's really happened or what's really going on. But if I was a girl, then all my life would be different.
Have you had successful relationships?
This is a romantic experience, an idealistic experience I've always longed for throughout my life, but it's something I have, if I can say it, failed to achieve. I've never told any man or boy that I loved them.
Have you ever loved any man or boy?
Depends on what love is, I suppose. Yeah, he was the only child in the family till I came along. And then after I came along, he started to, act up and throw temper tantrums to get attention.
What were you like?
I was sweet, very caring. I wanted always to help my mother or my grandmother. Hello, Atif.
How you
nice
doing?
to see you.
Yep, same here.
I've also heard that I used to fight with him. Yes. What? You used to be at my throat, I used to be at your throat.
You're the one who picked up the air gun and shot me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was nasty then, yeah?
Yeah, and I was wondering why. I hadn't even done anything. Just walk into the room and next thing I know, this gun pointed at me and he shoots me.
Yes. Just an air gun, though. Air gun, scissors, hairbrushes.
Scissor was nasty. You threw that scissor at me.
Should I tell you why?
That stuff cut me up right here. You got a hairbrush on your head for that. You remember?
So Mom and Dad are going to be coming in a few months.
Yeah, they are, and I'm feeling already apprehensive about it. It's not the part of them coming over. It's the part of getting them settled down. For me, actually, more than you.
I'm always the helpful one.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. You're the inconsiderate one.
I'm the inconsiderate one.
Yeah.
And now I'm the good boy and you're the bad boy.
Yep. You were always the black sheep.
Now you are.
Yeah.
So, anyway, live with it.
I'm a bad boy when I haven't done what I said I'd do. I'm a bad boy when I wake up late. I'm a bad boy when I chase after all kinds of men. I'm a bad boy when I spend too much. Come here. I'll be seeing Mark, who I met through a friend later on tonight. It'll be our first date. You want to know why I asked you out?
Of course, that's why I came.
Okay. You're single, I'm single. We're both looking for a relationship, but a little bit. Well,
I don't know that about you.
Okay, you didn't know that about me?
No, well,
Okay,
you never said anything.
Okay, yeah, I have a don't ask, don't tell policy.
Well, you know what?
What?
I feel that you avoid talking about that. You talk about everything and nothing, but not about what you feel. Yes. So is it easy for you
What? The therapy?
to get intimate with someone?
If it was easy, I wouldn't be in therapy for it, would I?
Was that? That's good. Very good answer.
For me, what intimacy is being able to say whatever is there right now. However I feel, being able to listen to the other person's feelings, being able to reveal anything, really, that needs to be revealed.
What about connecting with someone
Connecting with someone,
sexually?
yeah, sexually as well. One of my most memorable moments of being with someone is kissing passionately and walking hand in hand from here, actually, from St. Catherine back to my place. In that moment, he was in my heart. I'll never forget him. I'll never forget him for holding my hand and walking with me to my place.
I'd like to find out more about what happens to you as you approach somebody or think of approaching. Before we go into your relationship with someone you really want to be with, I'd just like you to come towards me as Francis and shake hands. I'm getting a really nice open eye contact here. And I'm getting a really nice handshake right now. So you're really present right now, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. Do you ever find times when you're really not present, when you're not in your body?
Sure.
Okay.
I realize I'm not always present to people. I have to make myself present.
If you are numb and tight meeting somebody, what happens? Where is Atif?
Not really there, I suppose.
Okay. Okay.
This is very good.
Do you ever have sex when you're like just going through the motions, but you're not really there?
No, I'm always there.
You're always there.
Yeah. Are you a top or a bottom?
Depends.
Could be both.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
I'm enjoying being with you,
Are
but
you?
I'm feeling very awkward at the same time.
Why?
partially it could be because I have a camera that's filming me right there.
Forget about the camera.
I don't feel comfortable being out on a date with you knowing that you're dating someone else.
I think you're very nice. You're sweet. But at the same time, I have those feelings for James.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Okay. Good night.
Yeah, good night. See you.
Bad thing about really being there is that I don't get to have my fantasy about whatever the situation is and what the person is.
I have learned that fantasy is better than reality.
Oh yes, fantasy is better than reality.
Yeah. One of the ways I avoid reality is
One of the ways that I avoid reality is through escaping into my fantasies.
the bad thing about reality is.
The bad thing about reality is that reality sucks.
Okay.
Okay, there is a bottle of white wine open there.
I've been doing some of my own research, plus also looking for someone for myself, because I've never had a boyfriend, actually.
Really?
No, I
didn't know
never
that.
have. No. I wanted to ask you, Tom, do you find it easy to meet people here and be in a relationship, or is it much more difficult? Or...
I think that once you cross a certain age threshold, it's much more difficult.
I said, well, you know, I want to meet someone, so maybe it's the time of my life, you know. So I went there, maybe expecting too much. You know, maybe so different from the other bars, but it's all the same thing.
I was going out at like 17, 18, and so on in my early 20s then. And I think at that point, I always thought that, okay, yeah, I'm at this club and I meet this guy, whatever, and it's going to turn into a relationship.
Yeah.
But I think over the years, I've just realized that it's pretty much, if you meet somebody in a club, it's just for sex.
It is indeed.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Atif. Madonna. Happy birthday to
When I think about my mother, I think about expectations, unfulfilled expectations, hopes and dreams, love, feeling all the love that she has for me, not knowing at times whether I really deserve that. I do all sorts of things to fulfill a lot of the dreams and hopes and expectations that she and my father have of me. But I always try and do something in a sense that's rebellious So they won't be fully appreciative of what I've accomplished.
So how are you coping with this, with my being gay dad and my looking for a male partner in terms of being in a relationship rather than female?
Why are these questions always coming up in your interviews and in your movies and things like that? Are we trying to justify something? Are we trying to get acceptance through this, or what?
How does that affect you?
I don't approve of it at all. And I
Makes you unhappy.
I pray and I want that you should follow the straight path. And it was a freak event which happened and which has perhaps turned your mind.
What freak event are you talking about?
The freak event that
You had when you were 2.5, 3 years old. It was none of your fault.
What happened when I was 2.5?
Sodomized.
Well, that was when I was 4.
Even then, you were a baby, and you were innocent, and to no fault of yours or any of us either.
So you think that's what made me gay?
Yes, it's twisted something in your mind, and then you, in such a tender age, you were thrown into this gay and this thing community in Los Angeles when you're so vulnerable to all that, and the company you keep influences one a lot, and the thinking and everything, and that sort of helped you along and made you believe that you were a woman trapped inside a man's body and what have you. Because I'm sure Allah Ta'ala produced you a normal human being. And that's what we are praying, and I'll try to do as long as I live to get you back into a normal person, because I know deep inside you, you're unhappy and you're hurt and you're a sad person and you like to be normal as everybody else, be able to get married, some nice girl, and have children and raise a family. I know that.
Atif, what about reality sucks?
All my childhood sexual experiences, for sure.
Now, can you go back to that? We haven't gone there.
No.
Which ones?
I don't know why I feel like laughing.
Okay. Is this sometimes when you feel like laughing? What does the laughter do?
It just, it's like I'm like being asked to talk about something that I don't want to face and don't want to deal with.
Yes.
And so I'll start laughing because it's like it's all a big joke now.
Okay. But it's not.
But it's not.
It's not.
The first situation where I felt like I was taken advantage of sexually was when I was 4 years old, 4.5, something like that, when my grandmother's manservant penetrated me one afternoon. I was in the kitchen, my brother was also there, and he and my brother were talking about something, and then my brother left to go and lie down and sleep. My grandmother was sleeping. I was left there in the kitchen, and the next thing I knew, he asked me to turn around and took my shorts off and then penetrated me. So I immediately, as I experienced that pain, I screamed and I ran away. I ran to the bathroom. And then I was crying, and I woke up my grandmother and told her what had happened. And after that, I don't remember anything till the next day or day after, when this doctor came to check me up and see if anything had happened or not, if anything had been damaged, and they hadn't. Then I remember my grandmother, the other grandmother, father's mother, telling me that I shouldn't talk about this and I should It's something very horrible, wrong that happened to me. And my brother said it was my own fault that it had.
You were blamed.
Yeah, that I did.
For being raped.
Yes.
You were raped at 4 years old.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Not in that sense, no.
What happened to the manservant?
He ran away. I think they tried to catch him and have him imprisoned and stuff, but I don't know if they did manage to get him or not.
You dealt with this fear by going into your head.
I did, yeah.
And you dealt with the pain by going into your head. Is this something you do when you're with lovers?
Go into my head all the time,
Yes.
yes.
It's called dissociation.
Disassociation?
Disassociation. It's a way that someone learns to deal with pain. It's a way of leaving their body and leaving the present. They disappear.
Project I'm working on, it's called Unique, and I'm researching and preparing it for performance on stage in a few months. It's all about creating a unique species that's a combination of human, animal, and God, or rather gods and goddesses. So it's just inspired by different kinds of mythology. Egyptian, Indian, Aztec, Mayan, Roman, Greek, like a combination between Aten, who was an Egyptian god, and a sort of pharaoh personality like Akhenaten or Nefertiti, sort of very androgynous, and part animal. And the creature sort of comes back to life from death in the way of Egyptian mummies. So I'm going to be working with some sort of, what should I call them? Rebirth rituals. Happy birthday. So this is happy birthday, Felix Meow. Administrator, happy birthday. I've had 592 visitors to my page, and finally I get one message. Here's my ad. It's called Awesome One. Try not to take life too seriously. And about me. Perfect partner if only he were perfect. Pets you could be. Hobbies counting stars. Bad habits putting ads on the net. Patrick, we met at a party a while ago, but we never chatted on the internet.
All right, yeah. So I saw your ad. I realized you were on Excite as well.
How come you never replied to my ad?
I don't know, I guess your look wasn't the look I was looking for. That's it.
It's so easy, don't you find, like, to connect with somebody more emotionally or get to know them and how interesting they are and everything when we're not basing our interactions on what each other look like, right?
Well, by emails, you just write lines and there's a lot of room for your imagination. And when you meet them, sometimes it's completely different, actually.
I want to get rid of the picture I have up. There. Delete selected pictures. Go, be gone. Good.
Are you still committed to this point of view?
To which point of view?
Point of view that you're really searching for someone of quality, a relationship of quality.
Absolutely. I, for many years, didn't find myself attractive as a male and could not accept why anybody would find me attractive either, basically.
I just want you to have an image of yourself that this is you in the world. You can't be anything other than who you are.
Exactly. Just as a friend says, just be yourself, everybody else is taken.
That's wonderful.
I'm going to spend the day in the country with some friends this weekend. I can't wait to get some fresh air and just hang out. So I had the most challenging day. I had the on-camera therapy for the shoot in the morning. Then I went to do this shoot at the laundromat. And then there was this cute guy who walked in to actually do his laundry. So we wanted to get a shot of him, so we got a shot of him. And then Dure's like, go talk to him and ask him if we can shoot him. So I went up to him and talked to him.
So what was his name?
He was fine. His name's Kevin. And so I went up to him and then I started chatting him up to find out, if he was single or not. But he was saying, oh yeah, you can meet a lot of people in Confronting. There were a lot of nice people there. So I said, what kind of nice people do you go and meet? That was a opening for disclosure. So he says, oh yeah, all these nice girls, blah, 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 this and that. I don't usually talk to people when I do laundry, actually.
No?
In real life.
No? That's all right.
Not that this isn't real life. But I don't usually have a camera following me around every day when I do my laundry, I went out on a date with this guy who I'd met recently, a friend of a friend. And we had this really intimate conversation. We talked about sex, of course. We talked about what he likes, what I like, where do we see each other in 5 years. And what were we, what was going on like?
So you did what people do after sometimes a year?
You think so?
Well, in a sense, yeah. I mean, if you got into all these details, it's very easy for him at the end of it to say, you're not exactly what I want. Because you already discussed all of these things instead of, getting to know each other first.
But I felt very vulnerable.
Maybe he felt vulnerable too. I mean, usually you don't discuss those things on camera.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, there was you
What?
filmed the whole thing.
We filmed the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess that would change the dynamic, now wouldn't it?
Yeah. I think I've always been one to rush into things. This is it, this is him.
This insecurity and anxiety comes with the territory. It's a very vulnerable thing to look for a relationship.
I used to feel this way for a little while, like I was judged when I used to tell people that I hadn't been in a relationship or had a boyfriend in all these 12 years or whatever that I've been out and in the gay community. I feel even awkward, like admitting to people that I'm actually looking for someone like proactively. And it's almost like I don't want to be perceived as being desperate.
I've been speaking with people lately who have been dating over the internet or by placing ads. And often, the person they're not necessarily attracted to in the beginning becomes very attractive as they come to know them. And I'm wondering if that's ever happened to you.
Usually the other way around.
Someone's met you as a friend.
No, I met somebody, found them attractive, but then ended up just becoming friends and being very happy with my friendship. Yeah, food's ready? No. Looks yummy.
We could do a whole Cooking with Jimmy episode.
Yeah. Cooking with the gay chef.
Gay shop.
I actually have a woman in the office who's like a serial dater.
Oh, yeah?
Like on her lunch break, she'll have a couple of dates lined up.
Really?
Yeah, and then she'll go back to the computer. And, like, we know her as the serial dater.
She gets in touch with people through the internet?
Yeah, she's addicted to chat. Whatever.
2 dates on lunch.
I know.
How do you manage that?
She has her own version of speed dating happening, actually.
Exactly.
Gosh, take tips from her, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you guys celebrate your anniversary? How many years?
11.
11, right?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
pretty amazing when you think about it.
Do you think if they legalize gay marriage, you'll get married?
I don't think so.
I want a wedding.
He wants a wedding.
Isn't
You
it?
We're thinking, it'd be great to have like 200 dresses in the audience, everyone in a dress. And
That would be fun. We're here in Montreal.
yeah, Notre Dame Cathedral, I think.
And would you make your fathers wear dresses?
I don't know if I'd feel completely comfortable asking my dad to wear a dress. I'm not sure how he'd feel about it.
You are both out to your families, aren't you?
Yeah. My family, because they're more religious, they don't really want to deal with it. So, but I think they're slowly coming around. Like, they're slowly accepting it. So.
Do you think if I find somebody and end up in a relationship, it's going to get in the way of my relationship with mom and dad?
I haven't a clue.
It's going to change the family dynamics.
It will change a lot. Family dynamics and people get married in Pakistan and other places.
And then have their boys and girls on the side.
Right.
Of course, I'm not going to live a lie like that.
So if I have a boyfriend next year and you're living there in Canada, how's this going to affect you?
I hope you have a girlfriend.
I hope you have a wife.
They have, social pressures from the rest of them saying stuff to them like, what's on with you?
Yeah.
I mean, these people are getting married and they're having grandchildren when you're going to be having a grandchild. So what does attract you to guys? I mean, in the sense that, do they have to be a certain nationality? Like what it is for me.
What?
What?
What it is for you? Your blonde, blue-eyed girls?
No, brunettes. I always chase after the blonde, blue-eyed girl and end up with a brunette.
Are you planning to get Atia married to a Pakistani or Indian or something like that?
Yes, as long as it's a nice, kind girl and they both can get along, it's fine.
It doesn't have to be a Pakistani or an Indian, it can be anyone.
As long as she's a good girl, she's kind, she's, and they get along well with Atyab and us. It's just fine.
So you're going to help him find someone if he hasn't found anybody by the time you get
Yes,
there?
we do.
You will.
We know somebody who has 7 daughters. So one of them should be. They asked us, oh, why aren't they married now? I said, that's why we are going to Canada, so we can get them married. They've tried, but they've unable to find themselves nice girls.
I don't know what age they look at me at, when they see me. I think mom still thinks I'm 6 years old. Remember that little story of hers we were having a good laugh at the last time?
No.
No, you don't remember when I told you that she has this dream that she's going to meet us in heaven? We'll still be babies.
Who do you think I'm going to end up with? What sort of guy do you think I'm going to be with? Do you ever think about it?
Not really.
I would love to travel with him, hang out, watch movies, go to different cultural things. I'd love to cook for him and
Or be
share,
cooked for.
or be cooked for. Let him wash all the dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or boil him in the pot if he doesn't.
No. Have I ever boiled you in the pot when we were living together for not doing dishes?
I don't know. I've had scissors thrown at me before.
Are you waiting for divine intervention?
Whatever happens, it happens with divine intervention no matter what. Because people just don't meet.
No?
Just off the cuff and sort of just things happen.
So you kind of believe in destiny?
Yeah, I think it's more predestined than anything else.
Alors bonsoir, good evening. The purpose, they said for the speed dating is to meet the more people in one night, like the sauna but without the towel. Alors, ce qu'on va faire, c'est every 5 minutes, I'm gonna go with the bell like that. Je suis la préposée à la cloche à toutes les 5 minutes. And don't forget, you're 2 people, so if you ask a question, leave time to get the answer. Parce que blah 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 for 5 minutes, forget it. Alors attention, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Commencez.
Atif, yeah. Okay. Where are you from? Originally from Pakistan. Where are you from?
From Peru.
Peru, all right. And how long have you been here?
3 months.
3 months, wow.
What do you exactly do now?
Now, I make films.
Make films?
Yep.
Oh, you can hire me as an actor?
Yes, would you like to act? Are you an actor?
Yeah. No, but I'm not an actor.
You're not an actor?
But I was like, I'm a frustrated actor.
You're a frustrated actor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais, toi? T'es
concierge.
T'es concierge?
Au Club Sandwich.
Au Club Sandwich?
Mais à Toronto, j'étais charpentier pendant 3 ans.
OK.
Puis avant ça, j'étais coiffeur pendant 8 ans.
OK.
Je travaillais dans un salon mortuaire aussi, faire les morts.
That's what I kind of guessed. Oh, let me guess. You are from India. There's one to... No. No.
Seulement une fois que vous avez fait le speed dating?
Oh, une fois, puis ça me suffisait.
Ah oui, OK.
Une fois, puis ça me suffisait. Ça me suffisait. Je n'allais pas là pour ça. Je n'allais pas pour rencontrer quelqu'un. Non, non, pour socialiser, pour rencontrer des amis intéressants, non des amants. Là.
Okay.
Ça aurait pu arriver, mais c'est pas du tout ce que je cherchais.
Are you looking for someone specific?
It always feels as though I'm quantifying when I state things that I like, but it gives me that feeling like I'm creating a template.
Yeah.
I'm looking for this template, but in part it's true, in part it's negotiable.
Have you found the gay milieu to be your porno fantasy or whatever?
No, which was great. No.
You still have some sort of concept or ideal that you're searching for?
I'm less and less. I'm letting people grow on me now. Do you know what I mean? Have you had the...
What?
Are you looking, is there a template you're trying to fill, or?
I have been looking for an ideal most of my life, actually. Never really found that ideal. Everybody I found, like,
was like hoping for them to be this perfect person, my dream partner, but that dream partner, perfect person never really materializes. Something's wrong with everyone.
I've had a long-term fantasy for years now of washing dishes in a sink with a window looking outside, watching my kids come home from school, and waiting for my husband to show up too. That's been an overriding fantasy of mine. And I don't really care, in the fantasy I don't care what I'm doing in terms of work.
One of my conversations was quite intimate, and the guy who I was talking to, his name is Sean, he was very, he was able to look me in the eye and just really be very present and have this dialogue. And just that close proximity and having to look him in the eye and having this conversation about each other made me uncomfortable. And I wanted to like look away and break the gaze and not be that close. And I realized that that's something that I am looking for in a partner, somebody who can be that open and can be intimate and look me in the eye and just be with me. However, I find that when I'm in that kind of a space, I start to open up, and maybe my own opening up too much
Frightens you?
scares me, yes. One guy there gave me his phone number, but I think the context in which he gave me the phone number was just to take him out dancing to a Latin club. It wasn't in the context of actually dating romantically or anything.
How do you know that?
I called him and I asked him.
So you want clarity? There's a problem.
Why?
You're working with something very real. The question, why don't you have a relationship? It's going to take you time to trust. And I think you really need to honor that. That you do need to go slowly and develop relationships slowly. And basically, I think that's the way we all learn to trust.
I know nobody has ever told you this, but it's okay for boys to have feelings for other boys. It's perfectly natural how you feel. I don't know if I would advise you to tell him how you feel, but it's all right for you to feel the way you do. So if it's okay for me to have feelings for this boy, why is it not okay for me to tell him how I feel? If you tell him how you feel, he might not understand. He might not know how to take that very well, how to respond to it, because he's only 10 years old himself. And he might not think it's okay for him to be, for you to feel the way you do about him. That's not right. I don't understand.
That's not. On the one hand, you're told it's okay.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
it's not okay.
It's not okay.
The religion has forbidden this, God has forbidden it, and has brought
Society too.
And society. Unfortunate that you've been put into this test, but if you can remain straight despite these inclinations, then you will prove that you're a better person.
Great and a strong and a better person.
There are people who adopt to celibacy if they are attracted the wrong way. So one should not succumb to lust only for men or women. And I have always believed that I don't think you're actively gay.
You're not actively gay.
So
Not really.
we don't know the
Yeah.
truth, but I mean, this is what we
You
have.
try to be, but you're not.
$120 lashes to this sinner for sodomy.
If I must have lashes, make them for real.
For Real mascara helps you look good even in the worst situations.
Even though I decided I would live life half dead, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Half dead.
Half dead.
Half dead.
Half dead.
Never have love.
Never have love.
Even though I decided this,
Even though I decided this,
I want love.
I want love.
Something shifting
Something shifting
for light
for light
and life.
and life.
Light 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 and life.
What are you noticing in your face, in your eyes?
I feel like I'm entering a new space altogether. It's just a cube. It's a cube, but it's like got sort of on angles. And there's a hallway or a passage that's at the end of it, like a doorway, and that's dark. I know if I go into the room, I'll have to go through the passage at some point.
How would you get in?
I feel like jumping in. Okay, I've jumped in there.
And what's happening?
It's like a humming, vibrating. It's like dawn is breaking inside the passageway, the dark passage. Where there was darkness, it's like the sun's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And so the darkness is changing to blue, like morning light.
Like morning light. It's great talking to you. It was great talking to all of you, as a matter of fact.
And the whole entourage in here
Yeah,
today.
the whole group. Anything you'd like to say to that little boy before we go?
Just live your life. You're gonna have a great life. Since the end of my therapy, I've not seen Francis. I never dated Mark again. Sean and I became friends. My friends Glenn and Brad have yet to have the 200-dress wedding ceremony. My brother has still not met the 7 daughters. Mom and Dad are in Pakistan waiting to immigrate to Canada. And as for me, well, what can I say about that?